Hi, I'm Wendy Gregory and I'm a counselling psychologist, writer and broadcaster. As a survivor of narcissistic relationships, narcissistic personality disorder has become a bit of a specialism of mine, and I treat a large number of people who are suffering from the massive fallout that results from being in such relationships. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how narcissists use money to manipulate you and how you can minimise the damage that they can do. So if you find this helpful, please share, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Wendy House. Now, because narcissists believe that their needs and wants are paramount and that other people are simply put on this earth to serve them, their attitude towards money is pretty much the same as their attitude towards everything and everyone. They use it to control and to manipulate. We're going to look at two aspects of this today. Firstly, how the narcissist uses money to manipulate you and suck you into the relationship at the start, and then how they use it much further down the line. When you first meet a narcissist, quite often on a first date, they'll say that they've forgotten their wallet when they go to pay, or they'll offer to pay the bill and find that their card has been declined. Well, it would be if they put in the wrong PIN number. So guess who pays? At this stage, you will almost certainly have been groomed by them via the internet, via phone conversations and messages, and you'll believe that they're financially secure, if not wealthy. But really, what rich people don't have more than one card or access to banking on their phone? So this is a red light. However, because you're a kind and trusting person, you're not suspicious and you pay. Of course, the narcissist promises they'll pay you back, but this is very unlikely. Not wanting to make a fuss and believing that it's probably just slipped their mind, you let it pass. Then the narcissist has established that you're trusting and generous. If you look very closely, you'll see the pound signs ringing up in their eyes. Ching ching. Alternatively, they may take you somewhere fabulous and pay for a very expensive meal, but you're still being groomed. The narcissist is love bombing you and convincing you of their false persona, and you're lulled into a false sense of security. A little bit later down the line, maybe a month or two has passed and you're still being love bombed, the narcissist will perform another reconnaissance operation. They'll do a recce. So they'll ask you for a loan, not massive usually, maybe a few £100, maybe a bit more, sometimes up to 1,000 or more. Their reasons will sound very plausible indeed. They've got a cash flow problem, their car has been clamped and their card isn't working. Their card has been scammed and they've got to wait 5 days for the bank to issue a new one. The narcissist will be so grateful to you, so appreciative. They'll tell you what a beautiful and kind person you are. And let's face it, who wouldn't feel good about themselves hearing that type of thing? Further down the line, when you're fully emotionally invested in and committed to this relationship, the narcissist comes in for the big one. Something terrible has happened. They need a large amount of money and they need it in a hurry. So they've got cancer and they need urgent treatment. Their mother, their brother, their sister, their friend, their child, their cousin, their uncle, their auntie needs an urgent operation. This kind of request usually starts at around £5,000 to £10,000 and alarm bells might be starting to ring. But you're so emotionally attached that you choose to wear ear defenders and you don't hear them. Again, their reasons for not being able to access their money seem plausible-ish. Their assets have been temporarily frozen because the bank has identified them as a victim of fraud. They've been falsely arrested, sometimes in a different country. It'll all be sorted out in a day or two, but meanwhile, they need money for bail. Of course they're going to pay you back, but they never do. If you want to see a narcissist who's got this scam down to perfection, watch The Tinder Swindler on Netflix. My particular narcissist was very creative, but nothing like as smart as he believed himself to be. We were supposedly entering into a business together, delivering training funded by the government for which we had both signed contracts, They were fake contracts, of course, but they looked pretty genuine to most people, including the police. The funding was retrospective, so the hardware for the course had to be purchased before the students started it. We even signed a contract detailing how and when I would be repaid. There was no course, and I subsequently discovered that he had used my hard-earned money to pay off 2 other women that he was involved with who were getting antsy about the money they owed him, as well as to maintain his own lifestyle. This was, of course, fraud by representation and a criminal offence. But what if you remain in this relationship long term? How does the narcissist use money to manipulate you then? Well, fairly early, they'll get you to transfer all your money into a joint account and close your own accounts. That way they have access to and control of all of your finances. Then they'll gradually weigh you down. They'll tell you what you can and can't spend your money on. They'll take your credit and your debit cards. The aim is, of course, to make you completely financially dependent on them. You won't be able to go out with your friends or go to see your family because you can't access your money. So you become more and more isolated. They'll change the login details to the joint account and refuse to give them to you. So you've got no idea what your money is being spent on, but the likelihood is that it's being spent on the narcissist's lifestyle, including other relationships. You have to ask them for your own money. They may even convince you to stop working so that you don't have any money of your own at all. Ultimately, if you stay, and often you feel you can't end the relationship because they've got all your money or you might have children together, they may either convince you to sign over your right to any property that you own or that you co-own, again telling you that they need it urgently for something, maybe for collateral for a business deal that's going to be in your interest because of course it's going to make you both wealthy. Or they may just remortgage the house and forge your signature. Either way, you end up with nothing. So, what can you do? This type of financial manipulation is classed as financial domestic abuse and deemed to be coercive and controlling behaviour. You can and should report it to the police. They will take it seriously and they'll take a statement from you. They'll ask you what you want them to do, whether you want them to go and talk to your partner, whether you want them to arrest your partner, or whether you don't feel ready for them to do anything right away. But at least it's been logged and you can go back to them with a crime reference number should you change your mind at some point. Of course, ideally, even if you have a joint account, you will keep some money of your own that they know nothing about. However, if it's too late for that and you can't access your account, go to your bank's nearest branch with your account number and ID and tell them that you're unable to log in or to access your account. They should give you access to it and then open a new account in your own name and arrange for your pay to go into that. Never agree to sign over your property or even to put it in joint names, however persuasive your partner is. If you do find that they've forged your signature for anything, especially if they've remortgaged your property, this again is a very serious crime and you must go straight to your mortgage provider and to the police. Sadly, many of us learn these lessons the hard way, including myself, but don't beat yourself up over it if you've fallen prey to one of these scams or if you've given in to pressure. Do what you can to retrieve your money and resolve never to fall for this type of manipulation again. Don't let anybody tell you that you were stupid. This can happen to absolutely anyone at all. Narcissists are extremely convincing. After all, they've been doing this for years. They're very practiced at it, and being vulnerable and naive or even being stupid isn't a crime. Domestic abuse and fraud are crimes. I do hope this has been helpful for you. Please like, share and subscribe to the Wendy House YouTube channel. And if you'd like to learn a lot more about narcissistic personality disorder, head over to my Instagram account, the name of which is coming up on the screen now. Take a look at the online courses I'm delivering, and there'll be lots of other tips and information. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye.